Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Hi ladies, it's Yoni and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my official and final update regarding the series, Who the F Did I Marry? Because honestly, this story has spiraled into nothing but dust. And as soon as people start soliciting and as soon as people start promoting products and services, that's around the time where I look for my exit. I am now exiting this situation because it's so damn dusty. I can't see, I'm clogged up, I'm backed up, my sinuses are just a hot mess when it comes to this situation because every other day someone is coming out on social media saying Risa Tisa's story is true. I'm the first wife, I'm the stepson, I'm the ex-girlfriend, and now that we officially have a photo to go with Legion the demon, right? It's just really dusty for me. And so I'm looking for my exit. I found my exit. This will be the final and last update regarding Who the F Did I Marry series. So let's go ahead and get into this video. The aftermath of Risa Tisa's Who the F Did I Marry story going viral all over TikTok is currently unfolding. And I held off on making this video because I was skeptical. We have a man with a black screen saying that he is the stepson to Legion from his first marriage. And I was skeptical because, like I said, on social media as of lately, there's been a lot of scammers and clout chasers. And I wanted to confirm that this was in fact the stepson from the first marriage. And so now, as of today, I am able to confirm that his story is in fact true, which is why I'm gonna go ahead and share the video. So don't be alarmed by the black screen. That is just how he chose to speak out during that time. But we have now seen him live on TikTok and he's just confirming some things. Another alarming piece that made me skeptical was he repeated a lot of the things that Risa Tisa had said in her 50-part series, which was why I held off on making this video. But now that he has posted receipts to his TikTok confirming that he is in fact the stepson from Legion's first marriage, I decided that I was gonna go ahead and move forward with my video. So let's go ahead and get into what he had to say.
So I have been seeing posts about Jerome McCoy. Jerome McCoy. Rome. Rome is, if y'all calling him Legion, that's what y'all calling him. But we was calling that nigga Rome. Rome is my mother's ex-husband. Now, they've been separated for a while now. Gotta be over damn near 10 years. Gotta be shit since like 2015, 16, damn near that time, something like that. But he was just like everything that lady was telling y'all. And I haven't listened to all of her story, but from what I have listened to, she's 100% telling the truth. And I'm telling you, she's telling the truth. My mother's name is Latoya, and she is the wife that was before the wife that the lady talked to and had the conversation with. When she was telling you guys about his mother's obituary, the wife, the name Latoya, that's my mother that she was referring to. He I don't even know where to start or where to get into it, to be honest with y'all. I guess I'ma keep posting vids as I can collect more information off my memory and get it to y'all so y'all can hear what's going on about this shit. But to let y'all know that I'm legit about this shit, before him and my mother split up, he got arrested for impersonating a police officer. It was in Jonesboro, Clayton County, Atlanta, Georgia. He also got me arrested for putting my hands on him because he was threatening my mother. My name is Tayshawn Lopes. You could look me up. I'll probably be in there. I got arrested in Clayton County. I went to Clayco. Just to let y'all know I'm not bullshitting. I'm sorry that I keep deleting the videos and stuff like that. I apologize. I don't be on TikTok, so I don't know how any of this shit works. The only reason why I'm on here is because I seen all this shit, and I seen it late because I seen she posted this shit like 5 days ago or something like that. But yeah, man, he's a weird dude. He's a weird guy. He told my mother he was like this big time producer. You know what I'm saying? It's actually funny as fuck. It's comical because, you know, what he did to us, I feel like isn't as severe as what, you know, he did to that lady. But then again, I couldn't tell you because, like I said, I haven't listened to her entire story. But he was on the top of time with the Lion and telling my mother he was a producer, he was gonna do this and that, he had connections, all this shit, he played in the NFL, all this extra ass shit. He had a wife and a daughter and they died in a car accident or some wild shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, later into their relationship and with me being there, I got there a little bit after they met, like a couple years after they met. I got there in 2011. And, you know, when it dawned on me, he was telling, you know, my mom all this stuff, and it dawned on me that this man was working in North Augusta, South Carolina, at a Christian TV station. You know what I'm saying? Doing like the electrical and all the shit in the background. It just didn't add up to me, you know, but I'm not really paying no mind to it. I'm still fucking young. I'm still in high school and shit like that. So, but more down the line, my mother started talking to his mom, you know, before she passed, rest her soul, and rest his father's soul, before they passed, and they was telling her basically the truth. You know what I'm saying? That man is from Augusta, Georgia. His family is from Augusta, Georgia. And the life that he be trying to portray is a life that's better than his twin brothers. The brother that he's trying to portray as is his twin. His brother always did better than him in life. And I guess there was favoritism, you know what I'm saying, towards him. So he's always trying to be like his brother. And I feel like that's where a lot of the lies come from. You know what I'm saying? He was just very manipulative, like the shit that he would do to my mom and how he would just treat my mother. And like my mom couldn't get no sleep. Like she'd be up all night because he wouldn't let her go to bed because he's just talking her head off. Talking, won't let her rest. She had to get on meds and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? My mom don't really, you know, she don't really want to talk too much about the situation. She's going to talk a little bit of it tomorrow on her radio show, but, you know, she don't really want to get too deep into it. And I don't really know too much about what they had going on either. I just know about what I seen, you know what I'm saying? And the type of time that he was on, he had issues, bro. He had problems. And like he would get upset if my mother showed, you know, her children affection and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And he would just lie about unnecessary things. It got to the point where it became comedic. Like it became comedy because we knew he was just full of shit. You know what I'm saying? But the only problem that I had with him was how he would talk to my mother and threaten her because he was bigger than her and shit like that. And that's how me and him ended up knuckling up, and he ended up calling the police on me. I got locked up because of this dude, man. I got my record fucked up because of this nigga. Because he want to talk crazy and think ain't nobody about it, like there ain't no repercussions to it. You get what I'm saying? Like, the dude is fucking weird, man. He was impersonating a fucking officer. You know what I'm saying? In the apartment complexes that we were staying in Jonesboro. I can't remember the fucking name of the apartment complex. But yeah, my nigga, he was out there and acting like he was like security or like, you know, police or something like that out there, showing people his father's badge. I don't know what his father did. I don't know if his father was a police officer or correctional officer or whatever, but he was showing people his father's badge and saying this is what he doing, this and that. And he ended up getting fucking arrested with his dumb ass for impersonating the officer. Nigga did 8 months to a year or some shit like that, you know? And my mom got the fuck out of here. Out of there. And I'm happy that she did. Shit. But that lady is telling the truth. She is not lying. Like, whatever that dude try to rebuttal and come with, he's full of shit. Do not believe shit that come out his mouth. Yeah, from what I know, all his people from Augusta. I couldn't really tell you too much of his childhood life, but like I said in the other video, he wasn't as popular as his twin. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he got the attention that he needed when he was a child. So I feel like a lot of that shit that he's doing now has a lot to do with that. You know what I mean? Like, the dude I always had to, you know, get in the middle of him and my mom. He was always trying to, you know, he's a big dude. Like, this is a big dude. He gotta be like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", and he's, you know, he got some weight on him. This is not a small man, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be uncomfortable as fuck, dog. It'd be uncomfortable, you know, when it got like that. But, you know, he didn't do no drugs and no other shit like that, but he was a dickhead, dog. And just how he talked and how he did everything, he was just a dickhead. And after a while, you know, it got to the point where my mother was just like, well, we gon', you know, because the motherfucker was a provider, so he made sure my mother was straight. So at that point, a lot of the shit she let go one ear and out the other. And, you know, while she was trying to make her moves and get herself situated so she could do what she needed to do type shit. So we really laughed at that nigga a lot of the time, to be honest with you. We didn't take him serious because we knew everything. By the time we knew about him lying and shit like that, it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't no motherfucking like, oh my God, we scared of this dude. He gon' kill us. But like, he would get aggressive sometimes with my mom, and I would have to step in. And, you know, I really feel like if I wasn't there, I felt like he would have did, you know, worse things to my mother. My mother doesn't talk to me about her issues and her problems, so he might have done things that I don't even know about. You get what I'm saying? When I wasn't around, or whatever the case may be. Because she told me he's done got in his face. He's done got in her face. I done seen that. You know what I'm saying? And I think he done tried to put his hands on her and all this other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? When I wasn't around. So I'm happy when I was there, I was able to keep some type of peace. But he hated us. He hated my mother's kids. He did not like the fact that we got any type of attention from her. He hated that shit. He did not like it. He would literally throw bitch fits, and like I told y'all, he'd keep my mother up all night just complaining about anything. It was more of like just to hear that nigga, just to hear himself talk. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. There's so much shit, like, it's so much information, so much stuff, bro. And it's been a while too, so, you know what I'm saying? He was just He was a weird dude, man, and you would never really suspect it. Like, he was so calculated with the shit, before we knew anything. Before, when we were still in the dark about shit, he was calculated. Like the lady was telling y'all, like she said that she was shocked that he, put this much effort and thought into shit, and like I don't know, I don't know what was going on in his head. That's what the fuck he liked to do. That's what he was into, and he would just say anything, man. And it got to a point, me and my friends, we would fucking sit there and laugh at this nigga, man, because it was like, bro, you a joke, bro. That shit it was embarrassing. I felt so bad for my mother, man. It was crazy. And now he getting his karma for all that shit that he did to all them ladies and all them women. And my condolences goes out to the lady who spoke her piece and said something about this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that she said something because it needed to be said. Like, that shit is uncalled for a man to act that way. That don't make no damn sense. Okay. So I see people asking about him talking on the phone. And yes, he would do that. He did that a lot, actually. He'd be pretending like he would. We never knew if he was talking to somebody for real or if he was just fucking talking to himself. Like he would literally have, like, bro, if you would go up, grab his phone and motherfucking, try to look at it, it wouldn't be no one on the phone. It'd be just like the fucking main screen. Like, this dude was really on that weird type of time. That's the type of shit that he was doing. Like, no bullshit. And for the people who are saying, like, proof, all you gotta do is look up what I said about him getting locked up and me getting locked up in Clayton County. All you gotta do is look it up. The receipts are right there. Like, I have no reason to lie about this. I'm actually surprised it took this long for someone to say something. I know why my mother didn't say anything, and that's because she was trying to forget about this shit. She wasn't really trying to think about it. I don't even know half the things he did to her because she keeps things from me because she knows how I am about her. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but I'm just telling you what I do know, and that lady ain't got no reason to lie. That lady was too detailed. That lady is telling the truth. I know this man. I have slept under the same roof as this dude, bro. And I'm so happy my mother got out when she did and when she stopped dealing with him, because it was hell. It was hell. Shit. If y'all want, like, I could even tell you, like, I'll break it down to how I got arrested. Shit. We was going to pick up my son. We was going to Augusta to pick him up. They argued the whole way there and the whole way back. Now, my son I'm in the back seat. They both in the front seat. We about damn near, we in motherfucking Atlanta. Like, we about to pull into the apartment complex. It got to the point where I got tired of it because he was saying shit to her like he was going to hit her and do this and put his hands on her. And so when we got out the car, I told that man, you ain't about to put your hands on my mother, and I'm tired of you threatening her. So we squared up. I hit that man one time. I hit him as hard as I could. I hit him in his face, and he was bleeding, he was leaking, and he didn't even put his hands on me. He just proceeded to call the police on me, and he got me locked up. You can look this shit up. Look my name up, Tayshawn Lopes. I got locked up in Clayton County. I can't remember what year it was, 2014, 2015. I can't remember what year, but I had got locked up for family assault or battery or some shit like that. You could look it up. I'm telling you. Like, I thank God that the case was dismissed, but what if it wasn't? You get what I'm saying? The dumbass had to fucking get the bail money to get me out. Like, you put me in fucking jail and then you had to pay money to get me out. He was fucking stupid. He's a dumbass.
The stepson ended up posting an old Facebook post to his TikTok to confirm his story. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the post here that really stuck out to me. It says, Jerome JC Rome McCoy is with Tashawn Elijah Lopes, May 5th, 2015. And of course, they're at the car dealership. And if you look down below, Latoya, his mother, liked the post. So this just confirms that his side of the story is true, but it most importantly confirms that Risa Tisa's story is also true. But it doesn't stop there. His mother ended up speaking out as well regarding her marriage with Jerome, aka Legion.
So I'm going to address the elephant in the room because it's been brought to my attention that my ex-husband is out here in these streets disturbing individuals as he always has, and I have been brought into this. Let me first say, this chapter of my life is closed. I have moved on. It's been more than 10 years. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm good, okay? But after I say this, let's just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to address it anymore because I have nothing to do with this. This is my past life. The book is closed, okay? So Legion, as y'all call him, is a despicable, nasty, and vile individual. I fell for the trap over 10 years ago. Yes, he was charming, and I was broken mentally. Okay? Understand, self-love was not here at all for me to actually love myself enough to understand that this is not love. He manipulated me. He loved bombed me. All of the, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that and everything else. Yes, all of these things were said to me. Guess what? None of it happened. He's manipulative and he literally tried to ruin my life. He had family turn against me because he wanted to tell people lies about me and things of that nature. And unfortunately, he's very, very good at what he does. It took me many, many, many years to get past that. I have healed. And with the situation being brought back to me, it's like cutting me back open with a dagger because I was already healed up. The Band-Aid had been left. I've gotten married. I'm happy. Been good, right? But this man is a pathological liar. He gave up all types of promises, but to the cars and houses, just like Risa. But guess what? None of that ever came to pass, right? So I just need for people to know that this situation was traumatic as hell for me. And then I hear about, because I've not watched any of the videos, because for what? Like, it's not my business anymore. I feel bad for anybody that he comes into contact with, and I will tell any female that sees his picture, don't ever, just let it go. Because he needs some serious mental help and he needs to be evaluated and be locked away. So that's what I will say. And as far as like me not filing for divorce, I didn't file for divorce because I was afraid for my life. I didn't want to be served. In order for me to file, I would have to tell him where exactly I was. And I didn't want him to know that. So no, I absolutely was not filing because I was afraid at the time. But guess what? It was ended before it even really started. But at the same token, I still was very, very, very not mentally, in love with myself. So that's one of the things that really got me. So I genuinely feel empathy for the women that have been down his path. When all this stuff was going on with him and I, there was no social media, TikTok or anything like that. But at the same token, I just wanted to heal through my processes. I didn't want to sit there and have to tell the whole world my business because I'm a very private person and I don't do trauma. I will also say this. I did not hit Legion at all. I did not hit this man. He went to jail because he was impersonating a police officer, telling people that he was a detective of the police department in Atlanta, Georgia. And that is why he went to jail. Also for stalking one of the guards that were over where we lived at. That is why he went to jail. So he didn't go to jail because of we never went to court about me putting my hands on him. My son did, yes, interact with him. And my son, yes, he did put his hands on him because he threatened me for the last time. And enough was enough. As you go through life, you can either sit down and continue to take it, or you can get up and triumph and do what you need to do so that you can make your life better. And at that point, enough was enough for me. I was done. I was no longer going to be the victim because I'm not a victim. I'm not a doormat. You can't step on me. You can't do whatever you want to do to me and me take it. So I left. I will also say, I need people to understand this is my life we're talking about, right? So this situation is triggering, but it's triggering me because it needs to be said. But it's one of those things where I was okay with not saying it. I was good. After this conversation, after I'm done saying my piece, if anybody wants to actually, know how I healed from all of this, you're more than welcome to go, click into my link on my Ms. Missouri page on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to listen to my show tonight, because my Health, My Mind and Body radio show is literally about healing. And my show tonight is about elevating your mental. And I've been elevating my mental for years. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. You know why? Because I've done a lot of work to get past all that shit that was going on in my past. So all that, Risa Tisa, I pray, honey, that you get the healing that you need, sweetie, because guess what? It took me time. And I pray that you get the healing that you need. And anybody else, Vivian or anybody else, I pray that you guys get the healing that you need. Because this situation is not easy. But I hope that you guys really get the healing that you need. So that way, you guys can move forward in your life, because it's possible to have a love of your life after all of this trauma. It is very possible. So with that being said, you guys, I really hope that, this will be on my end anyways. You guys can continue talking about it if you like, but I'm done because I'm not a victim. I got out and I moved on. I am not attached to this man. Don't want to be attached to this man. He's out of my life, been out of my life all of these years, and don't want to have anything to do with him. So that's just that. If anybody wants to know how I triumphed through all of this, because I have to go into obviously more details, you guys can go ahead and go onto my show, and I'll go ahead and put the link on my Facebook, and I'll also put it here on TikTok for you guys to be able to see. Other than that, I'm signing off. This is your girl, Ms. Missouri. And make sure y'all tune in tonight at My Health, My Mind and Body radio show. Ahala.
The first ex-wife has made it very clear that she doesn't want anything to do with this situation. So for that, this will be the only video that I will be posting of her. I just wanted to give you her side of the story, and I'm just going to keep it at that. But next, we're going to move on to the ex-girlfriend. Yes, the ex-girlfriend of Legion spoke out as well to confirm Risa Tisa's story, the first ex-wife story, and the stepson story. Let's get into what she had to say.
Yo, y'all, oh my God. Y'all, I'm only on here because I'm here to collaborate Risa Tisa's story. I too survived Legion, aka Jerome McCoy, aka Rome McCoy, aka out of Augusta, aka Pathological Liar, aka I'm from Philly, aka I had to call the police to get this man out of my apartment in Clayton County. And by the grace of God, the situation went the way that it went because the police had to put a restraining order on him not to come back to my home, my property. I mean, it wasn't a restraining order. It was like a trespassing order. I'm sorry. I want to get it right. That he agreed to. And the police had to come to my home at like 11, 12 o'clock that night when I was putting this stuff out, and again that morning, because I had to figure out a way to get his pathological, weird, narcissistic behind out of my home. And I'm not laughing at Reese. I'm totally not. I'm not even laughing at the situation. I'm laughing because I know what kind of trauma came behind that short period of time relationship. He lied to my family, told my family he played for the Cowboys or something like that. I don't know. And my sister and my family can collaborate the story. We spent Christmases together, like holidays. We lived together, like we physically lived together. The same shoes that he posted in one of his videos, it was some felines, some black felines. Girl, guy, I got them shoes from Shoe Show on Old National in Atlanta, Georgia. There were some felines, and he wanted some peanut butter bottom felines because I had, at the time that was really popular, like I said, 2014, peanut butter bottom shoes was really popular. Ever had peanut butter bottom Air Force Ones, peanut butter bottom Reebok. Everybody wanted some peanut butter bottom, which is the brown gummy looking bottoms on their kick. So I had that. He probably got some Jordans. It was some stuff that we got for Christmas. Now where he get this money from, y'all, I don't know. But I will tell you this, brother couldn't keep a job. Would not keep a job more than a few months. Probation officer showed up at my door one day, told me I really don't know who I'm dealing with, but she wouldn't give me no freaking details. Clayton County, y'all ought to be ashamed. I should sue y'all now because he probably had done this to other women, which is why he was on probation, more than likely. But come to find out, as the son of the other woman that he was with prior, I got it fresh, y'all. I'm talking about fresh, like the guy who beat him up. I got him fresh. He actually got locked up when we were talking for violation of probation. They pulled him over, and somehow, I don't even remember back then, like he got pulled over. They saw that he had a warrant for his arrest. He got taken to Clayton County then. That was probably like in 2015. The probation people, they ended up letting him out. He was only in there for maybe about 3 weeks or so, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, was begging to get out. Thought I was finna post bail. I was like, no. Thought he was finna get in my pockets. I was like, no. Thought he was coming back. I was like, no, you gotta go. Y'all, he walked from Clayton County, and I'll tell y'all now, he walked from Clayton County jail to my apartment, which I'm not going to tell y'all exactly, but it was off West Fayetteville Road, gated community. Walked from Clayton County jail to my apartment one morning, like they released him or something, and he walked to come back to my apartment. And I was like, how did you get here? What happened? You know, because I did not want him to come back to my home. Sorry, y'all, my phone was about to go there. But anywho, Risa Tisa is telling the truth. Girl, I'm sorry you married him. I'm so sorry. I made him do an HIV test back in the day. He was nowhere even now. I mean, he looks way different now. But like she said, very charming, told the greatest stories. Oh, he's a mirror. If you look at classic narcissism, he did. And at that time, y'all, I had no clue what being a narcissist was. I did not know. I had no clue. But when I say textbook pathological liar, narcissistic with borderline personality disorder, yeah, I got it all diagnosed, y'all, because I had to go to therapy to get over this craziness, thinking that I was cuckoo, and I was not. Risa Tisa, girl, reach out to me, girl. I can fill in some of them blanks for you, because that was from 2014 to 2016. He had a break in there where he had 2 other women. 2 others before he met you, and I met him on a dating site back then, on Facebook, I think, as a matter of fact, still was on Facebook. It might have been Facebook. I think it was Facebook. But anywho, online dating was really just kicking off. Like, people really didn't like it, really didn't trust it. I definitely don't trust it, have not trusted it since. But girl, hit me up. Message me. I could give you and fill in some details for you. Yeah, he told me his mom passed. His dad was a police officer, and he found him dead in the house. So he was traumatized from that. He had a friend in Augusta named Tabitha that he used to talk back and forth with on, I'm giving names and receipts, honey, because I don't care. That he used to talk back and forth with. his aunt lived, he had an aunt in Florida and he had an aunt and an uncle, I think, in Philly. They used to send him money back and forth. The aunt in Florida just finally cut him off because she was like, I'm not giving Rome any more money. He needs to get a job and he needs to stand up on his 2 feet. The brother that he told me about, I think the mom, y'all, it was just so much, like she said, because the way he talks, he circles you and he'll have you confused, not really understanding what you understand, that you understand, that it's just, and that's the trick of a manipulator. Like that's what they do. The brother that he told me was his brother, I found out later was not his brother. He claimed he owned a gym and he was going to be a partner with this company and they were going to buy him a company car. All kinds of stuff, y'all. Like the lies were so, and like she said, the crazy part is, y'all, I don't know how he does it. He had paperwork. He had paperwork to prove this stuff. Like for real, had paperwork. So I saw emails about the guy saying, oh yeah, go and take a look at the car. Let me know what you think. So I think he goes around and just creates emails and sends himself emails to collaborate his story. Yeah, girl, we all up at the BMW and the Mercedes-Benz dealership off Cobb Parkway in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Audi dealership looking at R8s and all this kind of stuff. I look back now and I was just like, I wouldn't have known because like I said, he literally had names, paperwork to collaborate the story. So and he told me the same thing about getting a job at one point. He was going to be a regional manager for Tires Plus. He told my mama that lie and took a picture and sent it to my mom. And she was just like, girl, he took a picture of the floor and sent it to me. Like we knew, because I was planning my exit, because you have to plan an exit strategy to get away from somebody like that. It's not just up, you just up and go because they're crazy. Like I'm just telling y'all, I survived, girl. I hope Tyler Perry does pick this up because the story needs to be told so that women can protect themselves. I, to this day, still have to second and third and fourth guess, just simply because you can't believe what you believe until you believe it. Until you know that it's the truth. Like people used to say, you believe none of what you hear and 80% of what you see. It made me not even believe the 80% that I saw. Like seriously, not even like it took a long time, y'all. It's 2024 and this young lady had been dealing with this since 2020. So I can only imagine what it's going to take for her. I pray for her. She's going to have to go to narc abuse therapy because it's going to be so many triggering moments even after this that she's going to run into. It's going to be so much. It's going to be so much that she's going to have to deal with. So y'all, she's telling the truth. She's not lying. Everything she says, I can collaborate. I have pictures somewhere. I would have to go back and look through like my old phones and stuff. But yeah, it's the truth. My family will even come on and collaborate the story that this is him. This is what he does. And luckily I was able to get out. I'm safe and sound. I have moved on to a happy, loving, amazing relationship. And yeah, Tessa girl, do your thing.
How do you feel so far with all three of these individuals coming out to affirm Risa Tissa's story? Most narcissistic victims don't get that affirm reassurance because when it comes to narcissistic abuse, a lot of times we, the victims, are left in the dark and no one is really there to affirm what we went through or what we experienced. But for Risa Tissa, she got that. And it was a breath of fresh air for me because it was something that I never got. But just to hear these three individuals come out to affirm what she went through and what she experienced and how abusive it was, it made me even more happy for Risa Tissa because at least there's a light at the end of this tunnel, but her light seems to get brighter by the day. So Risa Tissa saw that these three individuals spoke out to affirm her story, and let's get into what she had to say.
So late last night, we saw Legion's first wife's son, So for the purpose of the chat, Legion's first wife, her name is LaToya. We now know that, not because anybody outed her. LaToya came on the internet herself, but we'll get to that. So LaToya's son came out, and I mean, in like the first 30 seconds, he said everything that lady told y'all about that man is true. And then this morning, I think it was this morning, LaToya came out, might have been midday. LaToya is his first wife, and she said, I see my ex-husband's out here, I think how she worded, I see my ex-husband out here causing problems for people like he always has. How did it feel for you? Not that you needed it. I want everybody here to understand. Me personally, I believed Risa just by listening to her story. Nobody is that detailed in the story, that deliberate in the story, and that honest in the story. There were times during that story, Risa, where you were just so honest. Your vulnerability was admirable. I admired you for that. So I never questioned you, but obviously it being the internet, you got both sides of the copper coin, and now we got these people coming out and validating, hey, she's telling you the truth. How'd that feel for you?
So when I saw the son's video, I actually teared up. To be honest with you, I completely teared up. And I actually emailed him. He had emailed me first, but as you all can imagine, my inbox is crazy. So I didn't see it. So when I went to email him, I simply said two words, thank you. And my purpose of saying thank you was, I know he did not set out to necessarily validate me, but the fact that he said something showing, hey, this is exactly how this guy is. I knew what I was saying is the absolute truth. I knew that everything crazy that has happened really did happen, but it does feel kind of good to hear someone else say, yeah, he did the exact same thing when it was our turn, basically. And I just told him, I said, thank you. I said, it's a wonderful thing that your mom has you to advocate for her. But yeah, I was grateful. I really was. Totally surprised, but I was grateful.
And that's what I say. I don't, obviously, your story's true, and you don't need anybody to tell you your story's true. But you mentioned during the series, like, part of this was kind of healing for you, right? Just kind of getting it out of your soul, off your chest, into the atmosphere. But then the internet being the internet, you had those people, and I argue it was a small group of people, because from what I see, the overwhelming majority of people were in 100% support of you, as they should be. But there were those people, and obviously I know that's going to kind of, that's going to irk you, or maybe not, or whatever, kind of get to you. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was, I agree, I thought it was really nice for these other people who have had experience with him to come out and say, yeah, she's telling the truth, like 100%, this is what happened. And so that was awesome. And I'm glad that you felt that validation from that. You deserve that validation. You deserve, for you to be as vulnerable as you were for the internet needs to recognize it. I really feel like that. You know what I mean? Hey, you didn't have to tell us any of this.
Now, I know a lot of you had speculations regarding this man's health. As we all know, his health was declining pretty rapidly towards the end of their relationship, according to Risa Tisa. And TikTok investigators found out that this man was in a private Facebook group for singles who are HIV positive. Now, I personally was not able to confirm or deny, because his Facebook has been scrubbed as usual. Typically when people go viral, they scrub their Facebook. So I wasn't able to confirm for myself. I'm just able to go off of TikTok for right now. And yes, there are screenshots floating around that this man was active in a private Facebook group for singles who are HIV positive. And to be honest, I think Risa Tisa knew all along this man's health status. She just didn't want to speak on it publicly because it just wasn't her place to do so. She didn't feel comfortable speaking on his health status or his condition when it comes to his health, because she knew all along what it was. And she has stated several times that she's in the clear, that she's fine. And I believe that to be true, because one thing that Risa Tisa was talking about in her story was that they stopped having sex after they got married, which was one of her concerns when they got married, because they just stopped having having sex right after. Also, Risa Tisa recently announced on her TikTok that she is officially traveling to London and Paris. Let's get into the announcement that she made on her TikTok.
Part 52 of why the I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't worry. But guess what, guys? I'm going to London and Paris. I'm so excited. It is official. I get to go to London and Paris, the two cities I have been wanting to go to since I was in high school. And you guys, I'm going to make the most of this trip. I want to see Westminster Abbey. I want to see the Tower of London. I want to see Buckingham Palace. What up, Charles? I'm trying to see it all. Then I'm trying to catch a flight over to Paris, or should I take a train? I want to see the Eiffel Tower. I want to see the Palace of Versailles, the Hall of Mirrors. I want to see the Louvre. I want to eat an eclair at a nice French cafe. I want to experience everything. But here's the thing. Where should I stay? What places should I visit? What places should I eat at? So if you've ever been to London or Paris, or if you live there, please put in the comments your suggestions. Because again, I want to do this trip right. And before you guys even ask, of course I'm taking you with me. Of course I'm going to document everything and do a series on it. Now, don't worry. It won't be 50 parts, but what it will be is entertaining, and it will be thorough, and you know it'll be detailed and descriptive. So I just need your help. I need your suggestions. Where do you suggest that I go when I go to London, when I go to Paris? How do you suggest I get around? Should I take the metro? Should I get an Oyster card? Like all of these things I really want to know. Why? Because it's time to plan and prepare for hashtag Risa in Europe. So excited. You can't tell me nothing. I'm about to order some new hair. I'm about to get a new outfit or two. I'm about to go into Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport looking fly me Delta Airlines. I don't know if I'm going to get first class, but I will try for comfort. But it's okay because I'm so excited to do this. I'm so excited I get the opportunity to go. And, you know, now that I think about it, I want to see where Marie Antoinette was executed, because I'm pretty sure that just before she was executed, she thought to herself, damn, I shouldn't have married that man. I get it, Marie. I get it. So put it in your comments. Where should we go? Hashtag Risa in Europe. I get to go to Europe.
Yay, I'm so excited for her. I'm so happy to see Risa Tisa get this opportunity. She's headed to London and Paris, and I can't wait to see the TikTok videos. But unfortunately, when it comes to this story on my platform, this is where it ends. I am exiting this situation because I feel like it's turning into a circus I personally did not sign up for. I thought that I was just gonna do a cute little video, cute little 1-2 hour video, and it ended up turning into 7 parts on my platform, which was not planned at all. And then you have more people that are coming out wanting to tell their side of the story when it comes to Legion. And then you have Legion on TikTok that's talking about how he's coming out with a Netflix series. And I just don't want to make that man famous. So this is where it ends for me. I'm no longer entertained by any of this. I'm just happy to see that Risa Tisa is headed to Paris and London, and she is able to experience that because I feel like she deserves it. But that's all that I have regarding this video. Please comment down below your thoughts and your opinions. Also, if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified for when I upload. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one.